Hello, we are here at the Finger Motors workshop. 2023 I had a lot of issues with the driving, with the reliability of the car, and we knew that if we want to compete in the higher level of Drift Masters, we need to change some things. For the 2024 season we decided to build a new car, and for that project I turned to Finger Motors. They were interested to develop the engine for us and the ECU stuff and all those things. Arto, can you explain me a little bit more that why we have now the car here, where is the engine what we put there in the first part of the season and it's still there, and I didn't have any issues with the electric or the mechanical side of the engine. What we did differently this time?
This time? Actually, I don't know what you have done earlier, but okay. We changed that, we started everything from zero, and we did all the wiring looms, and we did some investigation because the drifting is not so familiar for me. So Kimmo knows in our company, but I needed to go to look what is drifting. I'll co-drive you to understand it. And finally we made, in cooperation with you and your team, the plan that what is needed to do. And we started to do wiring looms, and then we went to the MoTeC ECUs, and then we tuned the car like a proper way. So we make all the functions to work, and then we raise the power like a step by step, and we use the cylinder pressure measurements to find the real and right function for the engine, like the ignition timing and the cam timings and that kind of things.
Yeah, it was like completely different what I have been used to see in the past, because when you are tuning the car, I see that you are actually collecting all the data from the engine. Exhaust pulses, cylinder pressure, all those things what I didn't even know that you can measure. You check all those things and make the engine like a proper way.
Yeah, I think that is not like it's not like a magic things. Just that we need enough information from engine that how it works, and then we analyze it and then we tune the engine. It's not like something magic thing that you can do it with the stick, but it's just the work. And this time we managed to do it like a good way, and we got enough time to do it. And I think we spent quite much time and money to do all these. But after the season, I think it is cheaper now. It's still the same engine and everything work, and you manage to finish all the races, and in the end it was like a cheaper thing.
Yeah, like all the planning what we made for the car, or you guys made it, I think everything went very well. And something what tells how good now the performance is in the car, I can now actually focus more on the driving, because in the past I needed to worry, will my engine last? Now the engine is still there and everything is good. The engine lasts the whole season, and I was able to be a better driver. And I think one very good merit about the driving is that I was the most improved driver the whole season in the Drift Masters. And I know without you guys I was not able to do that. And one very good thing about this is that what I understood, that you make the firmware for the drifting. After you get some information about that, you made the firmware for this engine, and now all the functions in the S58 engine is actually in use. So you use all the oil jets. You can tell what all the functions we are using.
Yeah, we use all the basic functions as cam controls, drive-by-wire throttles, and turbo speed control for the controlling the boost. And then there is this S58 engine, like a special things, oil jets and oil pressure control and thermostat control and some other functions like a lean bus alternator.
Yep.
And these functions are bring to our firmware, and yeah, it works fine now.
And like for the driving side, now you made the car actually very easy to drive. Now I can control the car with the throttle, so now the throttle response and everything, those are so good, and actually the throttle pedal feels like it's for the electric car, because I get all the power what I need whenever I want it.
Yeah, that was the one of our goals when I went to see the races, and that is the thing what we have done quite much in a rally and more in a rallycross. So the driver have to drive the car, and he had to have a good a balance in the throttle pedal, and when you need the power, you need to have it, and yeah, it seems to work also in the drifting.
Can you explain a little bit more about the MoTeC stuff, because you are the expertise of the MoTeC stuff, and there is some ECUs and PDMs and E888 and all those things are now there, and what you have to say about the MoTeC? Why we decide to use that?
Why we decide to go MoTeC? I think that was the easy decision, because yeah, long backgrounds, shortly, 98 first experience from the MoTeC, and I was selling other ECUs on that time, and very fastly I ended up only to MoTeC because there was no problems, and with the MoTeC I managed to do what I wanted to do, like this drivability. I can do what I want to do, and with some other ECUs it is more difficult. I think one big reason for that is that we can do our own firmware, and we do that in cooperation, of course, with the MoTeC. We have a good relationship to Australia and to England for the MoTeC, and they are helping us to do all of this. But MoTeC don't have a specific package for the S58. So,
but you guys have now.
We have now, because it means that we get some base things from the MoTeC, and then we have some specific things done for the rally and the rallycross, and now we did some specific things for this engine, and we take all these pieces to one package, and yeah, that is now the drifting package we are using.
But yeah, the whole season you have been checking how everything is working in the engine, and everything is working very well, but we are not still happy. I don't have the championship yet, so now for the future we are also putting more power to the engine after I get it's so new engine that I didn't have all the parts to push more power, so we are a little bit now on the limit, or at least we think it's now on the limit with the stock internals in the engine. For the future we are doing some changes and put more power, and I hope that we will still do cooperation in the future and get the championship.
Definitely, that is our aim also. We always want to win, and it has been good cooperation between the Keski-Korpi Motorsport. I think you and the whole team has been great in the cooperation, and yeah, definitely we want to go forward.
Yeah, and like you say before, it has been so much easier season for us because we didn't have any engine issues or the electrical issues. And I think this is the very good thing to go more forward, and hopefully everything will go well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Always had a way